So here we have the second watch that I bought from the Aliexpress 11/11 sale a little over a month ago. I wanted to dive into this one. Right off the bat, you can see it's a Tandorio. I've had pretty good experiences with these in the past. I really do like them as a brand, and I like their price point. So I figured, let's give this a shot and see how it turns out. Popping it open right off the bat, you can see the watch there, but you just get a nice little instruction manual. There's a piece of foam over the top of this, but nothing else really special in the watch. But there you go. You can see it. It is a pilot-style aviation watch on a brown leather strap. First impressions, I really do like how it looks. It kind of strikes me as a Hamilton right off the bat, but obviously it is not. Let's dive in. Let's take a little closer look at the face, get the dimensions of everything, but right out of the box, it's a pretty nice looking watch. Before we dive into the actual dimensions of this watch, the interesting thing I've noticed is that the posting for this watch is gone. On the Tandorio site, if I click also my order to see this watch up close again, it's no longer posted. There are watches that are very similar, but I haven't found any that look exactly like this. So I'm not exactly sure where it went, but this watch isn't up on Aliexpress anymore. Very interesting. Right off the bat, this price point though was $54, very similar to the last one I got, the Adidive, but it's a little different style of a watch. This one is also an NH35 movement. At least that's what the order originally said. I can't confirm that, but first things that jump out at me are there is a taper to this leather bracelet. You don't see that very often, but there is very much a step down from here to here, which I think is very interesting. You don't see a lot of that. I'm not sure how that's going to look on the wrist, but I do find that quite interesting. The case is all nice and brushed, which I really like, and I think goes very well with the brown leather strap. It does say it is genuine leather, but it is very tough and definitely needs to be broken in. It is definitely hard to move. It does not also have the easy connection points, so it definitely is going to be difficult to change on this watch because that leather is right up butted against the case there, so changing straps might be a little more difficult. But other than that, this thing is a beautiful watch. On the back it just says automatic movement, titanium, water resistant, 200 meters, sapphire crystal, automatic. Real nice watch. Beautiful up close here. As you can see, nice sweeping hands. The hour and minute hand are also really nice. You have the 12 o'clock triangle with the two dots. That's the thing that I noticed that I couldn't find. There are a bunch that have other just kind of triangle designs with the minutes, but none have that pilot kind of two dot logo. But now let me grab the calipers and I'll give you a more accurate representation of the size of this watch. All right, here we are diving into the sizes of this watch. Let me just zero out my calipers here for you. So right off the bat, we are looking at about 12 millimeters thick. We are looking at a case size of 39, just like it said, and a lug to lug of right around 46 millimeters. So this is a pretty sizable watch. It is not small. It is definitely not big, but it is sizable. The 12 millimeters thick is the perfect point, I think, for a watch of this size. 39 millimeters, 12 thick. It's going to fit most average wrists, but if you do have a small wrist, this is going to wear probably pretty big on you. No bezel, so the face is the bulk of the size. So in my opinion, smaller wrists can get away with bigger watches if the bezel takes up some space and the face is smaller, but this watch is mostly face. So you're going to really show the size of it if you have a tiny wrist. Other than that, just other first impressions, no magnifying glass, no magnifying window on the 5 o'clock there. I mean, the date, which is 5. Sorry, a little bit of a brain fart there. Other than that, though, nothing else screams, any different than most traditional style aviation watches. The crown does not have a logo on it, which is quite interesting. I thought it would maybe be adorned with a logo. The crown is also screw down, which is really nice for a pilot style watch. Now I do think this mentioned that it was a dive watch on the original posting, which I thought was a little bit strange, but the fact that that screws down, I guess, is their justification for that. But let's throw this on the wrist, check out the lume, and then go from there. Here's the lume on the watch. Very nice, very bright, looks very green in person. It is all of your hour markers, your hour and minute hand. The second marker is not lumed, which is a little strange, but other than that, it's real nice, it's real bright. It is a very good quality lume for this price point. Here is this watch on the wrist. I do think it fits quite nicely on me. I do think I have a fairly large wrist, and it does not look small. So I really do stand by, if you have a small wrist, this watch may look a little bit big on you just because of how big that face is. The height is quite nice. The band is definitely a little tough. I had to make this a little tighter than I normally would like to wear it, just so that the leather doesn't wrinkle too much or really bulk up in certain areas. I do also like the leather texture, but I do think it is going to be very kind of scratch resistant. I mean, it's going to show a lot of scratches. It isn't going to be scratch resistant. It is really just kind of that, you could really just put lines into it fairly easily. So I don't know the length you're going to get out of this watch strap in terms of, daily wearing it, but I do think it is really nice, and I do think the brown really kind of works well with the brushed case and everything else about the watch. It is definitely a good looking watch on the wrist. There's nothing visually about this that really isn't pleasing to me. Could this watch strap be a little more comfortable? Yes, but when it's broken in, I'm sure it will be. Other than that, everything really looks above board. So like I said, I'm not really sure what the model number or anything is about this watch. It was $55. It is by Tandorio. It is a pilot style watch that I believe said was a dive watch on the listing. All reasons that I think it probably is no longer listed on Aliexpress. But it is a really nice looking watch, and I am very, very happy with this thing. And I do think it's just a really stunning watch. I mean, just look at that. It doesn't look like a $54 watch. And I think that is obviously what we're all going for in this hobby, especially with these homage watches. This also doesn't really jump out to me much as a specific homage. Sure, it is pilot style, but you can't say, yes, that's 100% this, which I think is a really nice thing about it. Of course, some of you are going to be like, no, it's absolutely this watch. But I do think this watch has a lot of very beautiful factors to it, especially at $55. If you can find this thing, I do recommend 100% going for it, because this is just a really beautiful watch. And I mean, just look at it, man. It is a real good. Let's just get one little zoom in here. This thing is just a good looking watch. I don't think you can go wrong with this. This Tandorio is just, it's top notch. And if you find it, post it in the comments. Let me know what it's called, what they show it as. If anyone finds that listing, let me know. Otherwise, until next time, guys, this will probably be the last video of the year besides the typical state of the collection. Been having a hard time finding watches I want to review. Throw them in the comments if there's things you want to see. That way I can go out and get them and do more videos for you guys in 2025. But thank you so much for really being part of this channel, helping it grow. And till the next video or till next year, guys, thanks you so much for watching.